This reservation pretty much is one of the last strongholds of pristine beauty, like Cooney Table and other places on the reservation. And I think that most of the articles I've ever read about the reservation in the last 20 years talk about this desolation, as this guy put it, and this negative, all this negative stuff, poverty and whatnot. But what on the other side of that coin is this area's rich in tradition. You know, it's got some of the greatest chiefs that were ever alive on the plains come from this reservation. You know, right down the road, 5 miles from here is a stronghold where they did the last ghost dance, and I think that part of the traditional Indian life is still alive and kicking here. And so a person could run through the village, one of these villages, Manderson, and see the post office. It looks like a bunker, and the school. It's got dogs all over the schoolyard and whatever. And I don't disagree that it might look negative, but when you go into the sun dances and the sweat lodge and the powwows, you see a culture that is still very much alive, and this is a stronghold of that culture, Pine Ridge Reservation.
2 days before the election, the president had a lot to say to Native people about honoring treaties and you having a place at the table and this and that. If you could address him on anything specifically, what would you want him to know?
I want him to know how beautiful it is to live on this reservation, but how things on this reservation can stop little goals. I have friends that would love to go to college here, but there's classes clear to Wombly, clear to Oglala, and not everybody has a vehicle. They give you gas vouchers, but it's still hard to get to the class, and a lot of my friends are single moms and they don't have babysitters. So it's education. It's a lot of people here want to get their education and do things for their people, but it's just how far away the college classes are, and I just hope that more assistance would come to our children. Is our generation, the young generation is our future, and I hope that everything changes before they actually get to experience how difficult. How I don't want them to have to see. I don't want my children to have to see. I had it rough myself. I drove an hour and a half from here to Rapid City just to put diapers on my child, to pay my car payment. I drove an hour and a half every day for a year and a half. And I would like to see jobs for the children. I want everything to change now before those children have to hit that mark, and them to just get the education they need so they can go out and come back. They could do things for our elderlies and for their parents, for aunts and uncles, cousins, everything.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you much.
All my reservations, all our prison camps. Prison Camp 344, a.k.a. Pine Ridge. Prison Camp 343, a.k.a. Cheyenne River. Prison Camp 345, a.k.a. Rosebud. Where you at? Let my people go. Let my people go. Tired of being prisoners. Tired. So, but you want peace in other countries? Well, learn how to live it here first. Make it right with Indian people first, then other countries will take you seriously. Then they'll take you seriously. Live it. And people will see it, and then they know what you speak about is truth. So United Snakes, let my people go. Yes, my name is Moses, brings plenty. Lakota.
It's been a long and excruciating battle to try to hold the legal institutions of the United States to the laws they purport to enforce. But we're almost there. After 33 years of government lies, misconduct, empty promises, Leonard is subject to mandatory parole under federal law. What that means is that unless the government can prove that Leonard is a serious threat to reoffend or has a poor prison disciplinary record, he must be released. As we all know, Leonard has been a model prisoner and has had exemplary humanitarian record before and after his arrest. There was no plausible evidence to suggest any future criminal activity. Leonard was never a criminal, but rather a political prisoner, and if the parole commissioner defies law and president to keep Leonard captive, all that means is that we organize across the nation and the world to force President Barack Obama to do so. To do what he should have done in the first 100 days of his term, free Peltier. I've written to President, his wife, Attorney General to meet me on this issue, but they refused or ignored my request. We need to work together to let Obama know that if he doesn't act immediately to free a 64-year-old political prisoner named Leonard Peltier, he can forget about a second term in office. Thank you.
Today, my brothers and sisters, I want you to know that if nothing else, if we don't unite against the destruction against the Mother Earth, we will have a common future that is void of clean air, clean water, and basic freedoms. We must reach out our hands out to embrace others to the cause of life. We must do our best from wherever we are with whatever tools available to enhance and further our quality of life. We must find a way to break down the barriers that divide one people from another. We must find the things we have in common and find ways to solve our differences as basic humanity. We must evolve to a higher level of thinking, or to, as you might say, a traditional level of thinking, which obviously is superior to what they call progress today.
I think that the reservation could really be, summed up as a place where there's hope. There's a people that they need to have knowledge about the rest of the world, the same that the rest of the world needs to have knowledge about the reservation.
There is hope out there, but we just got to find it, and that's where we got to. I believe that the answers lie in the community, and we got to, instead of going out and recruiting these people from off the reservation to help our people, we need to start with our communities, just make a spark in some people, because people do, if you sit and talk with people around here on the reservation, they really do know a lot, and they do have the answers of what can open up, hope.
The First Nation people, we're still here. We never left, and we need to find a way to help our people. Help our people to live.
Yeah, you see, want to shake your hand. Now pay and choose off both. Now pay.